In just 60 days, local response teams recorded over 40 sightings of wild hogs near residential areas and even schools. This is no longer just about crops. This is a public safety issue. Wild hogs carry serious disease risks and pose a direct threat to livestock and people if left unchecked. Instead of reacting emotionally, the management team rolled out a non-confrontational control strategy, focusing on large corral traps and nighttime monitoring to minimize risk as much as possible. Let's take a closer look at how this method works. As night falls, large traps are placed at key access points leading into residential zones. These locations were carefully chosen based on the hog's habitual travel routes. Bait is placed in precise amounts. The team doesn't rush the trigger. Activation only happens when the entire sounder is fully inside the trap. This prevents stragglers and reduces the chance of hogs learning how to avoid traps in the future. Then, the gate drops clean and firm. The whole group is secured without force, fully under control. At other hotspots, similarly reinforced traps continue to prove their effectiveness. In a short time, multiple problem areas are resolved, immediately easing pressure on nearby neighborhoods. Effective control isn't about speed, it's about timing and understanding the behavior of an invasive species. Every sounder captured is a major step toward protecting property and the local economy. Over here, Jack's reinforced trap delivers solid results as well, drawing in a large group of wild hogs at once. Without hesitation, he triggers the system, locking down every exit and completing the operation before the hogs can spill into the farmland below. This outcome confirms the strategy was the right call, a result both residents and local authorities have been waiting for. The following morning, the team begins collection following strict safety protocols. The wild boars are transported to a centralized holding site, eliminating any remaining risk to nearby residents. It's hard work, but necessary. Each herd brought under control restores a layer of safety to neighborhoods and schools in the area. The remaining sites, ensuring all natural resources are handled properly, with nothing wasted. This isn't just cleanup, it's restoring balance to the land. At the staging site, qualified animals are processed under strict sanitary standards. The meat is legally utilized, preventing waste and delivering real economic value to the local community. This isn't a harvest, it's responsible, lawful, and sustainable wildlife management. When the operation ends, the area returns to quiet. What matters most isn't the number of hogs removed. It's the peace of mind for residents and stopping a threat before it turns into a crisis. That's how communities across the United States are dealing with invasive wild hogs. No unnecessary violence, no delay, and community safety always comes first. If you support responsible pest control and actions that protect local communities like this, hit like and subscribe to join us on the next journey.
Here, in Mexico.
One, two, three.
We got pigs and
In just a few minutes, a herd of wild boars can transform a peaceful backyard into a ravaged field. Trail cameras, deep in the forest and increasingly on the outskirts of residential areas, are capturing a disturbing reality. Wild boars no longer stay confined to their natural habitat. Sometimes, it's just one boar probing the boundary, but more and more often, entire herds of 15 to 30 boars appear in backyards, cultivated fields, or even on the streets, causing total destruction in just minutes. In the US, wild boars are estimated to cause billions of dollars in damage annually to agriculture, infrastructure, and private property. The destruction of farmland, uprooted lawns, and damaged irrigation systems has forced many communities to spend vast amounts of money on repairs. This is no longer a rare encounter. It is an escalating conflict that directly affects community safety, livelihoods, and the living environment of residents. In response to this situation, many localities have abandoned traditional methods like hunting individual boars, which are costly, inefficient, and prone to scattering the herd. Instead, large-scale cage traps and drop traps are being used to capture entire herds in one intervention. The key to success lies in technology. Remote surveillance cameras allow real-time tracking of herd behavior, accurately counting the boars entering the trap and avoiding non-target wildlife. Only when the entire herd is safely within the trap zone will it be triggered. This approach helps reduce the risk of any individual escaping to continue reproducing, limits stress and injury, and prevents the herd from scattering, which can cause chaotic movement. In modern management, the goal is not to catch quickly, but to control effectively. In residential and suburban areas, every decision must be made with careful consideration. In just minutes, a herd of boars can destroy a garden and tear down fences. More importantly, they pose a real danger to pedestrians, pets, and create severe risks for local traffic. Therefore, all trapping activities must strictly adhere to legal regulations and safety standards. Furthermore, humane principles are a top priority. Catching dozens of individuals in a trap is not considered an achievement. These are data points for management, used for forecasting, resource allocation, and long-term strategy development. The success of wild boar trapping campaigns clearly reflects one reality. When the environment changes, humans cannot stand aside. Wild boar control is not a war against nature. It is a process of adjustment to restore balance between humans, animals, and ecosystems. With data, technology, and a humane approach, wildlife management can become a sustainable solution, reducing damage, protecting communities, and respecting natural life. This is not just an issue for today. It is a long-term responsibility for the shared living space we all occupy. If you're interested in seeing how humans responsibly manage wildlife, subscribe to the channel to follow the next real-world situations.